All right, everybody, the 2024 presidential election is over, and once again, Donald Trump is the president of the United States. And the liberals in the media are losing their minds trying to figure out what went wrong. They're pointing fingers at everybody. Did the white women not show up for us? Did the Latinos turn against us? Was it Joe Rogan? Was it Vladimir Putin? Misinformation? Who was it? I've got some theories. Maybe people are tired of being told they're garbage. They're racist, they're homophobic, they're xenophobic, they're you name it. Maybe we're tired of being lectured to by everybody on the left that thinks they're so much more morally superior than us. Or maybe we're tired of paying $12 for a gallon of milk. I don't know. These are some theories I'm working on. We'll talk about it more in the show. One thing I do know is the Democrats are most likely going to double down on a bad policy. Just imagine you were in the kitchen cooking a meal and you just kept burning the food over and over and over. And instead of turning the temperature down or adjusting the recipe, you just look at the stove, call it a racist, and hope everything's going to turn out for the best. Probably not a good plan, but it's what they're going with. So for the next 4 years, I'm pretty sure the Democrats are just going to keep cooking, keep burning the food. It's going to taste like crap, and nobody in America is going to want to eat it. The next 4 years should be fun. Buckle up. I promise we're all going to be okay. Welcome to the Fireside, everybody. Hey, hard reset here.
Sorry.
Episode show. It's a show. Or it will be more of a show one day. It is show 45.
45.
And today,
in honor of the 45th president, now
the 47th.
The 47th.
I mean, hell yeah, brothers. We're back. It's a good day for America. I don't care if you think he is Hitler. Yep. Trust me, it's a good day for you. You don't like what you were voting for. I guarantee it.
It's funny. Adam and I had a conversation on the way in, kind of segue right into it. And he said, it's crazy how it feels like the Democrats, it feels like, and I'm not a Democrat, but it feels like they're voting for Kamala strictly to say fuck you to Donald Trump.
That's it. That's 100%.
Not because they believe in it. They just want to be able to bash and say, ha, 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 you didn't win. You guys are out. But the people who voted for Trump, I can't say all people, but Adam and I spoke about it. And he's like, I hope Trump does good for everybody.
Of course.
Even the people that didn't want him. Like, I want our country to get back to a place where everybody can afford their groceries.
I wanted that with Joe Biden.
Right. Yeah. So, but he said it's just funny, the context of the election, the spectrum of Democrat versus Republican, like what they actually want, what they're fighting for, like it just kind of silly.
I think if you dig beneath the upper layer of hatred that the left and the right seem to have for each other, I think people on the right genuinely want people to be happy. Yeah. Like on the left, it's like, this is just a feeling. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel
they want people to be miserable.
I feel like they fucking hate the people on the right, like hate them.
Yeah.
Like, when I see someone on the left and they're crying, they're whining, I'm like, dude, just stop it. Quit being such a fucking pussy. Quit whining. But I do want good for you in your life.
Yeah.
I think they fucking hate people.
And it's weird because it feels like the people on the right are the ones that are stigmatized as being the ones that are anti the other side. You know what I mean?
Dude, if you just look at how the country voted, if you've been living under a rock and you don't know, Donald Trump is the president-elect, President 47.
Yep, number 47.
The House
January
the House will belong to the Republicans. The Senate belongs to the Republicans. This was a nationwide mandate. Like, hey, this is what we want. Now go in and make it happen. It's not like checks and balances were put in place. It's like, no, this is the red wave that everyone's talking about in 2022. Never happened. Well, here it is. So go accomplish all the shit you said you were going to.
Yeah. And that's, I think the big thing is my hope is the economy becomes a little more stable, prices come down, the inflation, we start to see some adjustment with the inflation rates, right? That's everybody's hope. Mm-hmm. I can't help but feel, just like with most presidents, it's going to be more of the same. I don't think there's anything monumental or groundbreaking where people go, oh my God, finally, everybody hopes for that.
I feel like there's a better shot with Trump in office.
Of what?
Of prices coming down and life getting easier.
Sure.
Like I would say that I agree.
That's my hope with him being president.
That's why I voted.
But on a grander scale, like everybody's hoping, like, oh my God, the fucking unicorn's here, the rainbow. JFK file is going to get released? Probably not.
No.
Are they going to release everything about the UFOs? Probably not.
Epstein,
So
not
Epstein
him.
list
that's what I'm
doesn't
saying. Is
come
like
out.
the monumental, groundbreaking promises.
Yeah.
I think
I don't
that's
think
all
so.
smoke. But I do hope for a more stable economy. I do hope prices come down. I do hope like that is
Well, and
the
like
whole
you said,
reason for voting.
that would be good for even the people who didn't vote for Trump.
Absolutely
It would be good for everybody.
for the country,
Yes, which was the whole
our
point.
sacred republic.
I didn't. I mean, I'll go out and say I voted for Trump. I didn't vote for Trump as a fuck you to the Democrats. I voted for Trump because I thought he'd do a better job for
Stability.
the country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I can point to policy and tell you why I think so.
And anybody who watches or listens to the show can tell you that not all of us are a fan of his actions or the way he speaks
No.
or the shit that he does.
No.
And sometimes he's a clown. But
Sometimes he's a garbage
but in
truck driver.
regards to the stability of the country, like he's the better candidate.
Yes.
I'll even just go on a more fucking base level. Like the Democrats did, specifically Kamala Harris. You didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
You didn't deserve it. When you ran for president, nobody wanted you.
Yeah.
You were the most unpopular do-nothing vice president in the history of the United States, and you just magically got put into this position of running for president, even though, again, nobody fucking voted for you. You got propped up by the mainstream media. All of a sudden, you took Joe Biden's freaking campaign team and fucking had
Campaign
$1 billion
dollars.
overnight, had a team behind you overnight. That was not you putting it together a team. That was Joe Biden's team.
Yeah.
You just fucking backed your ass into all this shit and it was handed to you. And then when it came time to like, all right, well, it's been handed to me. Now let me fucking buck up and do the job. You hid
Yeah, she
for a
dropped the
fucking month.
ball.
Well, if you listen to like a lot of the analysts now, they're like, well, she only had 110 or 101 days. She only had 110 or 101 days.
That's one of the excuses.
Well,
She
it's
didn't have
funny
enough
because
time
if
to
they
run a
would have gone
campaign.
through the proper procedure and had a vote and had candidates, she would have had less time than that. So she had more time than she would have had she been actually voted in
Yes.
to be the candidate to run.
And if they would have just accepted what was happening to begin with, the fact that Biden was, he's cognitively declining.
Yeah.
And everybody has seen it. The mainstream media has covered it up. The Democrats have covered it up, including Kamala Harris, for the last several years. Everybody's seen it. And if they just would have said that, hey, Joe, you promised to run one. You were a transitional president. If they would have just done it back then, everything probably would have been fine and you would have got a better candidate to win. I guarantee a better candidate would have won. But no, they threw her in. She's the most empty suit Washington's ever seen.
It's crazy that the cognitive decline guy, they took his recommendation on who should follow him.
I don't think they did. I don't think he wanted her.
No, nobody does. But I'm saying like that's the funny part is like that was the narrative. But this dude's senile and can't
think-
walk up a flight of stairs, and we're gonna go with who he says allegedly.
I think behind the scenes it was
Yeah.
Obama, Pelosi.
100%.
And it was like, I don't know if we're handcuffed to Kamala Harris, but it's our best shot right
Yeah.
now. So they ran with it.
I just think it's funny that nobody questioned that.
Yeah. Well, people questioned it,
Wow.
but the media wouldn't allow you to question it because then
Correct.
all of a sudden you were a racist or you were a misogynist. But you know what? Fuck all of you people. This is why they still have no idea why they lost. They
'Cause we're
don't
being
get it.
tired of being told what
Yes.
we are and what we aren't.
Exactly.
I was listening to some Daily Wire coverage this morning, and Ben Shapiro was talking about what is the excuse that they are going to posit as to why they lost.
Sure. Like
And-
what now?
Yes, and he played some clips, and it seems to me that, and to him obviously because I heard it on his show, he was talking about how they're going to blame Americans, and that is like political suicide.
They're already
Well,
doing it.
they've already said. I mean, she's already said we're stupid.
Right.
We need to be fed and told what to believe.
They're going to come out and say
yeah.
Kamala lost because the voter base is racist. They're
Yeah.
stupid.
We're misogynist.
They're misogynistic. They're
I'm just
they're white
reading the tweet
supremacists
right now. Is that the tweet is it the Harris is a woman? Is the misogyny that deep in America?
See?
No, no,
but
it's
like
not.
what political suicide that is to
Good, keep
to-
running it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck
This
yeah.
is what got you
Go
in that
ahead.
position to begin with. Maybe we don't like being called garbage or racist
Yeah.
or fascist or pick any of the other 100 fucking names that you have for us. Stop looking down on us. Stop lecturing to us. Maybe at its core, it's that fucking simple.
Maybe if you were a better candidate, people would have voted for you. Everyone would have voted for
Maybe.
you.
Well, we don't like being called those names because it's not true.
Exactly.
Like I can imagine if we got up on a pedestal
Yeah.
and start spewing racism, it's not true, and you can't prove it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You can't point to anything
Yeah.
that shows that
Well,
Trump likes
proof,
Hitler.
Their proof is just being louder than the next person
Yes.
in the room and saying it
They
over and
just
over and over
scream.
until everybody just hears it
Yes.
and believes it.
I'll tell you right now, if it wasn't for like the alternative media, like podcasts and shit like that, that message wouldn't be out there. It would be all CNN, MSNBC.
I agree.
That would be it. That's
I
all
agree.
you'd hear.
Well,
And
they're calling
she probably
this,
would have won.
They're calling this election the podcast election because independent media has had such an influence over the voter base, specifically in this election, than ever before.
Yeah.
It's funny because you sent that message to Adam and I this morning, but I had seen the meme prior to that about, I bet you Kamala wishes she would have went on Rogan now.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's like, I just love that fucking, because it's always like anytime something bad happened, the meme was Rogan interviewing you after you got knocked out.
So fucking funny. That's amazing.
Shoving a fucking microphone in front of a corpse.
The memes
That's
have
funny.
been
It's fun.
amazing today.
They're going to continue, I'm sure.
Just like, so yeah, hopefully, I hope that is like one more nail in mainstream media.
Yeah.
Because you know what? We're not the problem. You are.
Yeah.
Give us the truth. Stop treating us like we're fucking morons.
Yeah.
Just be honest.
Do your job.
I think it's that simple.
Give us facts.
Yeah.
Stop doing everything super biased. Actually get the information before you report it. It's not a lot to ask for. You're a reporter. Report on the facts.
You want to know why Donald Trump did fucking 50 podcasts? Because it works.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to get that type of coverage on MSNBC.
No.
He wasn't going to get fair coverage of who he is and what he actually wants, because they're going to just try to spin it and hammer him. Like Kamala Harris had all the opportunities in the world to do the exact same thing that Trump did, and she didn't do it. She went on Call Her Daddy. That was it. That's
Yeah.
all she did.
She was on Fox in the infamous interview I call the Bear Attack.
Oh, fucking Brett
When
Baer.
Brett Baer took her to fucking town, dude.
That's why she didn't do any more after that.
That was the one.
It was awesome.
That was the one adversarial interview that she did. I thought she thought 60 Minutes was going to be a softball, and they held her to the fire a little bit.
But the splice of that, the edit of that they
edit was
released
bullshit.
was
Again, back to
in
the
her
media.
favor, right?
Back to the
It wasn't
media.
the actual live one.
Yeah. And then the town hall with Anderson Cooper, like he
kind of grilled her.
He did. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Anderson Cooper is an extreme lefty, but at the end of the day, he's like, I kind of want to know what you think.
But here's the
he
thing,
did his
too.
job.
If she would have knocked those questions out of the park, imagine what that would have done for her campaign. Like if she was prepared, actually knew what she was talking about. And again, I've said it before. She sounds like somebody who has heard some terms and they threw her out there, and she's trying to bullshit to people who know what she's talking about, but she's trying to use the terms.
It's like when you're trying to write an essay and it has to be 1,000 words,
and you're just
your
rambling to
essay's
cover the word.
It's 400, and you need another 600 words. You just start talking.
Nobody says more words with saying less than she does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
She's great at it.
You
It's
gotta
a
give
true
her that.
skill.
Thank God we don't have to hear that for 4 more years.
Oh my god,
Because that would be horrible.
Amazing. It's going to be so amazing. She's terrible.
Yeah.
I just kind of would have liked to see what another candidate looked like, just to see how I would feel about that. Because I know
Her compared to anybody else?
Do you think you
Anybody,
guys
yeah.
think a different Democrat could have beat Trump?
totally.
Johnny does. I don't. I think it depends on
He
who.
could have been closer.
For sure, it depends on who. Obviously,
Yeah.
it depends on who. But if that person would have gone through the proper process of being challenged, they were vetted, they
Right.
went through the primaries and like, you know what, this person can hold their own in a debate. They hold up to scrutiny, everything. Then maybe they'd have a lot better chance.
Yeah.
And plus, America would have got to see who that person is, whether they like him or not. I think a more reasonable candidate. And then who decided as a Democrat, like, you know what, our fucking play here is we're going to cozy up to the Cheneys. Like that.
That was an
all the
interesting
war
call.
criminals. Like, yeah,
like,
so
hey,
That was
weird.
a really interesting call.
So weird.
Hey, who are the worst? Not only is she a terrible person when it comes to this kind of shit, she lost her election in an historic landslide. Like, she is not a popular person. Why are you fucking hitching your ride to her?
I think they were playing to the woman of color vote. I think they think that they could have won simply because she's a woman of color.
Well, and they had Obama yesterday coming out saying his disappointment in black men.
He's been saying
for
that
not
for a
showing
while.
up and vote. But I mean, again,
And how terrible
For
is
not
that?
showing up to vote
You know what
for
I
her,
mean?
yeah.
Like, what do you really think of the citizenry if that's what you're breaking them down to?
So it was like 3 weeks.
100%.
It was like 3 weeks ago. He came in after a rally into a room full of black guys, and this was so like, I don't think anybody really sees how kind of disgusting this is, in my opinion. He sits there and says, now I want to talk to the brothers in the room. So he starts down that lecturing about, they're all black guys. And like, and you know what? They're at a Kamala Harris rally. So he's not lecturing you about not voting
Right.
for Kamala Harris.
Right.
What he's doing is using you as a fucking prop.
Yep.
All you guys in here, you're a fucking prop for me
Yeah.
to send a message to other people. Like, I think that's a little gross.
Yeah.
the whole thing is gross. I thought when they did the whole white dudes for Harris, black women for all this, it's like, do you realize that you're segregating.
Yeah.
You are literally segregating.
Everything that you're saying Trump is a racist.
It blew my mind.
You're segregating everybody out to,
Hats off to the billboards throughout the city, though, of like illegal immigrants for Harris. I thought those were fucking hilarious. Drug dealers for Harris. It was hilarious.
KKK for Harris.
So funny.
Like talking about segregating and making it all about race and gender. Joy Reid is on MSNBC. I don't know if I can't remember. I think it was last night. Yeah. And she was blaming white women.
Yep.
Black women did their part. Fucking the white women. Like, yep. You're right. It's fucking white women.
This is the party of unity.
Don't they? Isn't there already like tons of posts of these white women feeling guilty for being racist and they didn't know they're racist? Have you seen those?
Oh,
where they tell them how they're racist. Like, aren't they already like bearing a very heavy weight with all the guilt they're supposed to have?
Yes.
Now you're gonna get more shit on.
A lot of white women might fucking off themselves this morning, dude. It is just. I don't even know how to describe how disgusted I am. Mostly with the media. Like they've just enabled this nonsense of the Democratic Party. Like, I really hope they learn a lesson. They're not going to, but I really hope they do. They're just going to fucking double down, maybe triple down. Hell, they doubled down after 2016. Like, you know what, double down. And they won in 2020. Like, you know what, triple down. Yeah. You know what, you got blown the fuck out because we're sick of your shit.
Might want to pick a new strategy.
Speaking of 2020, this is what I mentioned on the way over here. I was like, no, I'm going to save it. Put on your tinfoil hats for just a moment.
Okay.
Speaking of 2020. How does somebody crush it in 2016, then lose by, what was it, like 80 million or something ridiculous?
So did you see they showed a side-by-side graph of the Biden when he won, what the poll numbers were, and the Trump poll numbers recently, and there's like 20 million missing voters. It was like, what happened to the 20 million missing votes?
Did they just not vote?
He won by a landslide.
It's like 18 million votes.
Yeah.
Yes,
18 million and change.
Thank you.
And so allegedly, there was record turnout this time, right?
But that was last time. It was record turnout in 2020.
That's why there was 20 million extra votes.
Exactly.
So I don't want to get us kicked.
Go?
I don't want to get us kicked off YouTube or anything, but like,
I think you can figure out what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
Do the math. The math does not math.
If we had a record turnout this time,
I'm wondering if
there was 20 million shorter votes than last time.
Maybe those 20 million people or 18 million just stayed dead this time.
Maybe. Maybe.
You know what we're saying?
Yeah. Gotcha.
I mean, I'm not even somebody that went that deep into believing that, but when you start hashing out these numbers, like, what happened?
Well, it's not like it's a couple thousand. It's 18 million people.
You're telling me
It's a lot.
18 million people decided to sit this one out as opposed to last time?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right.
Wow.
In the most crucial election we've had in history.
Democracy's on the line.
You couldn't drive 200 yards in the city without one of those billboards. There will be record high voter turnout this year. Like,
or you know what? Maybe, again, just maybe, 18 million people saw through the bullshit and they said, you know what?
Absolutely.
Fuck this.
But then why weren't the red numbers 18 million higher than
wasn't
last
a proportional
election? They were
change.
like the exact same.
Just because you say, fuck off, I'm not voting, like I see through your bullshit, doesn't mean you're going to go out and like
vote for the other side.
They still hate Trump.
So you think 18 million people would like, you know what, last time
Do
we
I
were
think
wrong.
that many? Like,
I'm just saying that's the
well, you're right, though. The conservative numbers didn't jump by 18 million.
They
and
stayed the same.
They stayed the same.
They
And
stayed
they
the
did
same.
exact same.
I looked as of
Almost.
this morning, it was about 1.5 million that voted for third party.
Yeah.
So you're still missing 17 million people.
They
There's
just decided not to do it this time, I guess.
Yeah, again, all his numbers are relatively the same, like you said. He just flipped everything. Counties, cities, states.
Well, and thinking and continuing with the tinfoil hat topic, like so many people thought for sure that the illegal immigrants and the voter inflation that didn't play in any factor, that everybody was kind of prepared for, that if Trump lost by a landslide or even if it was close, they were going to, you know, the blame was going to be placed on the whole illegal immigration thing.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that didn't play. And we had said at work, and I'm sure you heard too, Adam, is we had said it's probably going to be a week of tallying, recounting votes, figuring it out before they ever concede or say who a winner was. So the fact that they did it last night, and again, to Johnny's credit, he said, you know, the fact that the Electoral College and all the polls came in from all the swing states, by the end of the night, like they didn't have a choice. But that was very surpinging to me. I figured it would go a week.
You could
at least.
If you watch the coverage all night long, you could tell that they were just North Carolina, they're like, all right, this is in, Trump wins North Carolina. But then when it came to Georgia, they're like, wait a minute, hold on.
Well, he's up by 110,000 votes.
118,000 votes he was up by. And
Too close to call.
They had a lady, she was on the ground with whoever they are in Georgia. The people that tally the votes are in charge of that. And she said they have 100,000 votes left to count, and he's up 118. So they're like, one of the guys on CNN was like, well, maybe they say 100,000, but they don't know. It's a rough estimate. And she comes back. She's like, no. Apparently, they have to be very accurate with these. So when they say 100,000, it's 100,000. And Jake Tapper's like,
yeah, if he's up by 118 and you only have 100,000 left.
It took them probably another 30 minutes to call Georgia. Even after that, they're like, it's over, dude.
Well, and I think some of that, too, is like, from a network standpoint, they're trying to drag out viewership, right? And I thought, for sure, if they're going to cover it until midnight or 10:30 or whatever they're doing,
2 in the morning,
they've got to keep you engaged and keep the drama going for the whole political theater aspect. I thought for sure we were going to see a Kamala surge, and then she'd be ahead of Trump, and then he'd go ahead of her, and then just kind of do this teeter-totter
fucking blowout from the
dude,
starting whistle.
I did not expect that.
Neither did I. I honestly, and maybe I just was shielding myself, but I thought she was going to win.
Yeah.
I really did.
We haven't. So it is noon, right, when we're recording this, the day on November 6th. We still don't have a concession speech.
Yeah.
From
Supposedly
Kamala.
She's supposed to do it at 6 tonight.
At some point.
Well, her campaign manager came out and cleared out the arena. And they didn't show her talking.
That was awesome.
I can't.
Speaking of the arena, I'm sorry. I want to win with grace, but it was so sweet to look when they did the side by side of the Trump HQ and the Kamala HQ, and on this side you got Trump, and everybody's having drinks and having a good time, and they're inside. On the other side, everybody's out in the cold,
freezing,
and it's quiet, and it's
tears
dark.
are crystallizing.
No, this was the best one.
great.
I should have fucking put this one on the.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just the empty one.
The flag. I saw that. Yeah. Such a sad ending.
Yeah, I meant to load that one, and I did.
Did you see the? I don't remember what day it was, but the ABC affiliate that was showing the Grand Prix race, and then they aired a ticker banner across the bottom that said
Pennsylvania,
Kamala Harris won
Kamala.
Pennsylvania. Yeah,
I was really keeping an eye on that. I was like, so help me God. If
the numbers are the same, I'm losing my shit.
Yeah, so they actually aired an apology and claimed that it was an error and the numbers were just randomly chosen because they were trying to work out the ticker ahead of time.
And that's plausible.
Sure.
But at the same time, you're like, wait a minute.
As long those numbers better not be
all of a
the
sudden,
same.
everybody
that better not be
Pennsylvania.
even within a percentage point of those. Like, hey, let's not say it's 52.7. Maybe it's 41.3.
Right.
Or 51.3.
It's got to be off a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm looking at another tweet here from another fucking lefty. Gay marriage, gone. Police brutality legalized. Palestine gone. Abortion gone. Social Security gone. Welfare programs gone. Pharmaceuticals skyrocket. Supreme Court red for 40 more years. House of Representatives red. Senate red. What else am I missing? People are losing their shit.
Yeah. So I have
like gay marriage. You think they're fucking get rid of gay marriage? That's not happening.
Did he do it the first time he was president?
No.
Did he deport every single Mexican on the face of the earth the first time he was president?
Which leads to my question. So maybe a couple days ago, I saw a video compilation of something similar. Somebody standing outside polls and all these liberals saying if Trump gets elected, he's going to deport every Mexican and all the shit. And my question is, where are you getting this information from?
Fear mongering.
Yeah.
From mainstream media. Mainstream media.
And how dumb do you have to be to believe it?
So we were talking this morning when we first got here and Johnny had that show on and they were saying, oh, Trump's going to continue the genocide. What fucking genocide is he responsible for? And then they come back and
unless they're talking about the continuation of Biden, genocide Joe.
I think it was at MSNBC. They came back and said, well, we can't really say that or continue that. Maybe that's not going to happen. And the host of whatever show he's on was like, yeah, because it's not real. It's not a thing. Otherwise, you would have aired the video of him saying that or doing. But all these people believe that. They believe that that's a real thing.
Dude, here's another one. This man lost to Biden. Lost by a lot. If you think this is anything other than misogyny at play, you're lying to yourself. She is the most qualified candidate in years. She is viciously intelligent and driven. She is losing ground with men, Latin and black voters. Again, it's because we hate women.
She's the best candidate?
No. She is the most qualified candidate in years.
Do you guys see she underperformed in like every demographic that Joe did better in?
Just real quick,
Trump.
While the show's going here, how many people can I just reply to saying you're an idiot, you're an idiot, you're an idiot?
All of them.
Okay, I'm going to keep going.
Show me the receipts.
I'm just going to put idiot because that's quicker. Idiot.
Yeah.
This guy, I'm so disappointed in America right now.
Idiot. How about this one? Did you guys see this? I think I sent it to you guys yesterday when she was on the phone.
Yes, I saw that. Did you see that?
She pulls
Never underestimate the large groups of stupid people.
Yeah.
Idiot. Go ahead.
The most qualified candidate. She's on the phone with the voter.
And she waves and her
camera's open.
Did you see that?
I did.
How about
even on the phone
when she's going door to door knocking and asking people to vote. Did you guys see someone leaked a video of her talking to the couple saying, "I'd like to do a knock
Yes.
video at your
Can you-
house.
can you come out of the house
Can
again?"
you go inside? I'm going to knock on the door, and then you're going to pretend like I'm showing up at your house."
Organic.
Jeez, dude.
Keeping it organic and real.
Steve, I'm going to call you right now. I want to see if that's even possible to do. Like, be on a phone call and have a camera go.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because I mean, maybe that's a thing. I don't know.
Steve, what's your
so
ringtone?
I thought it was FaceTime. I got you answered.
Okay.
I thought it was maybe FaceTime, and it was when she showed, but I stopped it and looked, and
Yeah.
it's reflecting.
It's her camera.
Yeah.
So I turn my camera. So I'm on a phone call with you right
Yeah.
now, and I flip my camera app, and it's just a black screen.
What about, can you try the face camera the other way? Does anything show
Okay,
there?
so now you get. So it's possible.
Maybe.
She could have hit a button.
Benefit of the doubt, maybe. But let's
Maybe
be
she
honest.
was videoing the crowd, and then got a call, and then answered
Maybe
it.
it's possible. I'll give her that one.
Sure.
She's still a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Still a piece.
Yeah.
Still a piece of shit.
But let's debunk
What
that.
a loser.
What a bitch.
But
Yeah,
in an
let's
effort
debunk
to give real information, she could have had her camera.
Let's be
running.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
She's still a loser.
you see that MSNBC? It's possible.
Investigative journalism.
Suck it, Scarborough.
Did that in about 40 seconds.
Actually, I would say even we're biased and we still give factual information.
Or at least try to.
How fucking weird is that?
I mean, we're gonna get stuff wrong, but I feel like when I get it wrong, I'll admit it.
our 30 listeners get fucking the best.
32,
Dude,
Steve.
No, but that's just
Okay.
on one platform.
Okay.
We're,
all right.
we're at
I always sell
100.
us short. I always sell us short.
Hey, yeah,
I'm sorry.
quick shameless plug for ourselves. Hey, let's share this with your friends. Let's get
Yeah.
let's get the word
Get
out.
real info out there.
Yeah.
The most trusted name in news. Fuck you, CNN.
Next to Alex Jones.
Word.
They're putting fluoride in the water. Make the frogs gay.
I swear to God,
real.
they're feeding pizza to child molesters.
Google spider goats.
My theory with Alex Jones is he
Cow
just
people.
says so much shit. He's bound to get something right.
Yeah.
Like
That's fair.
That's
If you just say
that's the
enough
conspiracy
things-
specialty, though. You
Yeah.
know that. That's how you
Yeah.
feel about all conspiracies.
if you say enough things, something's gonna work.
Buy my supplements, by the way.
I won't begrudge him trying to sell supplements because they've taken everything else from.
so
He's like, I gotta do something.
Yeah, dude's got bills to pay, dude.
I gotta do something.
They're trying to sell InfoWars. I gotta buy. You gotta buy my
Support 'em.
supplements.
I get it, dude. It's
All
fine.
the families of the.
I won't
I won't name that incident by name.
Don't you
but
dare. We'll fucking get booted from everywhere.
Yeah, pretty nuts. It's funny because we were talking about this morning before we left the station, but I even look at it from a bigger scope. Like, okay, let me backtrack. Adam texted me yesterday. I don't know if he was just had a rough morning or if he was getting beat up on or if he was feeling heavily insecure.
Yes.
But he was like,
check.
Riots. It's going to be, I'm calling it. If Trump wins, massive riots everywhere. I was like, no.
Is that what my voice sounds like in your head when I text
When I'm
you?
reading your rapid fire 16 messages in a row and panic, yes. And I was like, no, there's not going to be massive riots. He's like, I'll bet you $5 on the show. So let's talk about it on the show. Adam
owe you
said,
$5.
I'm calling, Trump wins, massive riots everywhere. And I said, okay, hold on. There's going to be riots because people are fucking stupid and riot. To John's credit, the Dodgers win the
Yeah.
World Series and they go riot in
Idiots.
LA. Chicago, somebody wins a championship, they riot in Chicago. That type of riot.
Criminal
give you
guys
that.
in Minneapolis. Riot.
Yeah, I'll give you that, right?
No names.
Yeah. Just a criminal.
You know who.
But I'll give you that. Is there going to be a riot? Is there going to be people doing dumb shit? Sure. Are we talking about Black Lives Matter, Antifa
That's what
movement
I was
riots?
anticipating. So I guess I
Sweeping
owe
the
you
nation?
$5.
Absolutely not.
I owe
I
you
think it's going to be
$5.
business as usual. I don't know. We
know what?
didn't bet on the show. We didn't bet on the
Well,
show.
I thought we were betting before.
Keep your money.
And if
you're
you
going
want
to need it.
and if you want to have an
Wink.
an honest bet, like he's not in office yet. We still got till
Yeah.
January-
Shit could still
what?
happen.
yeah, it could happen.
January 6th.
6th.
The worst day
We
for
have to-
democracy.
We should do a fucking like a spoof documentary and have that old 50s guy's voice. A day that we're living
Like
in.
Ken Burns style.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Make it the most boring fucking
Yes. Mind-numbingly boring.
That'd be awesome.
People walking
Mockumentary.
through the Capitol.
Yes, a
Look
mockumentary,
here how the
exactly.
protesters stormed the Capitol
If you'll
violently.
notice to the left what appears to be an FBI
Agent letting people
planting a
in.
2x4 by
And here you have somebody switching clothes out of their FBI gear
I'm not-
into Black Lives Matter Antifa movement.
I'm not saying nothing happened January 6th, but some other stuff happened too.
Yeah, something definitely happened. But yeah, so anyway, so talking about, with Adam about the riots and stuff, like, again, I hope good for the economy. I hope for more economic stability.
Dow
I
Jones
hope-
is up. Crypto's way up
I
this morning.
feel
Dow
like,
Jones
though,
went
it's
skyrocketing.
going to be business as usual.
Of course, dude. Of course.
Nothing. I mean, I think, again, we talked about it.
Do you think corporate America would let anything other than business as
Well, and
usual
that's just
happen?
it. We talked about it with Sleepy Joe being in office, if there's ever more proof that the president does not run the United States of America, it was the last 4 years.
There you fucking go.
So stop.
Or how about the last 4 months? Where's
Yeah,
Joe? Where's Joe?
Yeah, no one knows.
He's our current president. No one's seen him for 4 months. Country's still ticking away.
You guys think Joe Biden voted for Trump?
One meme I did see was they said, "Who do you think's really responsible for Trump winning the election?"
Yes, this one.
The Michael Bay one.
Where he looks back with that smile. He's like,
So the one I saw was Michael. It said produced by Michael Bay, and it was the Transformers. Linkin Park. What I've done. Music at the end, and he's looking back. Yeah.
That's great. That was fucking
Yeah,
great.
that's pretty awesome.
I didn't. Maybe it did have sound.
She
I
did
didn't see
wear
it.
all red, like a full-on all red pantsuit. Like everyone's like, "Oh, is she signaling here?" Or?
We talked about this yesterday. I went to go drop off my mail-in ballot in person because I was not paranoid, but a little bit skeptical, and I wanted to make sure that everything was on the up and up. And I walked in, and it was at PVCC, and I walked in, and it was pretty crowded. And I said, "Hey, I'm just looking for a drop my ballot." He's like, "Yeah, man, right over here." I go, "Don't you need to see my?"
That's
ID?
what I said.
Now I don't know if because it's a mail-in ballot, it's
gotta be different,
technically
obviously.
attributed to me. But I was like, you don't need to see my ID. He's like, no, he's wearing this big old Harris wall. He can wear a shirt apparently
The
because he was
poll
a
worker
student.
can wear that?
He was just introducing people at the door. So I don't know if there was a loophole, but he was like, no, right over here. And I go, okay, do you need to see my ID? He goes,
Just put it in that one. That's the ones that don't count.
yeah. He goes,
It's a garbage
He goes,
can.
nope, that easy. You just show up and drop it off. And I go, I feel like you should need my ID. And he's like, well, it's the mail-in ballot, right? And I go, yeah, but what if I stole this out of somebody else's
You
mailbox?
asked him that? What was his
Yeah.
response?
He goes, well, you didn't, did you? And I go, well, no. He goes, then don't worry about it.
But if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Well, I couldn't ask you
I was
for
like,
your
so
ID.
you don't need to
That'd
see
be-
any identification? He goes, nope.
That
That's
would be
simple.
racist.
I was like, oh my God, okay. Well,
Hey, what was our solution for fixing voter ID?
check this out. Johnny and I solved an
What do you
awesome
got?
problem. So
Yes.
he was talking about Fetterman. Is he the Pennsylvania?
Yes.
He's the sweatshirt guy.
Pennsylvania.
He sweat pants.
Pennsylvania.
He's the guy that has like 7 different like facial reconstructions over the last.
He had a
X
pretty
amount
bad
of
stroke.
years.
Well, I
Like,
mean, he is
yeah.
a stroke victim. But
So-
also he's an idiot. So there's that.
He was talking on Rogan,
Yes.
saying that talking about why it's racist or frowned upon.
Oh, I
to-
didn't
Joe
re-
pressed him on voter ID.
I haven't got.
require
I'm
voter
listening to
ID.
the show. I'm about halfway through it.
to require identification when voting is because you have these impoverished communities, and it's not morally and ethically right to require that they have identification because they might not be able to afford it.
Yes.
How much does an ID cost? Like
Stand by.
$15?
Stand by.
The people who can't afford an ID,
Okay.
who
I already know where this is going, and I love it.
are compelled to vote.
Yes.
Right?
I love it.
More than likely, without statistics and without knowing, more than likely they're on some sort of government assistance,
Yep.
possibly EBT cards.
Oh my God.
Some of our illegal migrants are getting EBT cards with people reporting and showing that they have $13,000 balances for a month, right? Government's just putting on whatever it is. How about you can purchase an identification or even a voter registration card with your EBT card. Now you're a registered,
Genius.
identified person. They're not paying for it, but if you feel so compelled to vote and that's important to you, you got to jump through a hoop. You got to go to the DMV,
Fucking A.
get your ID, be legitimate. Government will pay for it.
Yep.
And don't-
Everybody should require identification.
Free
Don't
government
say-
ID.
Don't say you can't make it to the DMV because also along with
Bus passes.
you get bus passes.
Transportation.
So you guys are running in 2028. is
So
what I'm hearing.
We're solving problems is what we're doing.
Fucking
It
A.
should be a national law. You have to have identification to vote
I'm pretty sure you have to carry identification with you
at all times
legally.
If a police officer stops you and you don't have
I'm
identification,
pretty
you can,
sure that's a crime.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is or not. Any of our PD buddies out there want to weigh in on
Yeah,
that?
somebody chime in the comments. Somebody
Yeah.
let us know.
But
But I'm pretty sure that's
That's a
thing.
great idea.
there was another part too.
Easy
that-
fix.
There was another problem we solved too. I
Well,
can't remember what it was.
hold on. I do have a question though. To that point, it still doesn't tell me how it's racist.
Doesn't
You,
matter.
you
it
said
is.
impoverished communities.
Yeah.
He said racist. I didn't say racist. I think he's
A lot of people say it's racist.
he's
I don't
making-
say that.
To me, it sounds like Mr. Fetterman is saying that the impoverished communities are predominantly
Correct.
non-white.
And so, I mean, that's just my question.
So by way, it makes it racist.
Only people of color
Per
can
him.
be poor.
You need an ID to do so many things.
Yeah.
And it's not racist to like go buy beer, go to an R-rated movie, rent a car,
Casino.
get on an airplane, drive a car.
buy a nudie mag.
There are a
Nobody's
lot
voting
of poor people that can
just saying.
they can afford liquor.
Do they know that's free?
I'm just saying.
Hey, Hey, you want to fucking
You need
spank
ID
me?
for it.
You need
Maybe
it.
it's
Hey,
like maybe you want to be like in a time
Hard
machine.
copy in case the internet goes down. I
look,
like it.
when we invade countries initially, like we don't have cell service there. Like,
Yeah.
you need spank mags.
Fair enough.
Right
I'll
off the
give you
bat.
that.
You get it eventually.
Dude, you guys are
Speaking from experience.
on the ball today.
This is
and I
also
like
2003, but
Oh, I did see something funny. So somebody was at the poll, and in the write-in portion for the president, they wrote Joe Biden.
Awesome.
And then the caption said, not so fast on retirement, buddy, or something like that. Like retirement's not coming that easy.
my God.
I was like, that's funny, dude. That's funny.
You said you solved something else.
I feel like we
remember
did.
what
I can't, it was
Dude,
there
we
was
solve
another
everything
thing.
every day, which is why we have this show to talk about the shit we talk about at the station.
I'll tell you what, if you want to get things done in this country and have a hard time figuring it out, talk to some firemen.
Yep.
That's right.
They
Fireman.
they can figure shit out.
Dude,
Give them
all you
24
do-
hours and 2 meals.
That's all we do at
Yeah.
Chow is solve the world's problems.
Done.
You pay for my chow that day, I'll solve whatever problem you throw in front of
What
me.
you got, bro? Let's do it.
I'm not even fucking kidding.
No,
Not either.
not a joke.
Like you get to a big station where there's enough mines, like it will get figured out that day.
Every
You seen,
loophole will be exploited and fixed
You
by the
guys,
time
I don't
that
know her
shift is over.
name. That female comedian who's married to a firefighter. You guys ever seen? her,
Yes,
dude?
she's hilarious.
She's like, she said something like, "Yeah, my husband came home and was like, yeah, you know, Dave said we've never been to the moon.
She's like, fuck Dave.
Man, fuck Dave.
Yeah. She's pretty funny.
She's
Dave said we
hilarious.
ain't never been
Yeah.
to the moon. Huh?
Dave said we never. been
Dave
to
said the earth is flat. What do you think about that? Maybe
Then
you
he
should
said
stop
the earth
listening
is
to
flat.
Dave.
There is
That's
that guy
pretty
at
funny.
every station.
It's so funny.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're that guy. Whatever
I'm the
station
guy.
you show up to. What else?
So we still don't know about Curie Lake. The state.
She's getting thumped pretty
Yeah.
good.
I thought she was pretty dead in the water.
That's what I thought.
She's wildly unpopular.
Yeah.
I mean, most people forget this. A lot of firemen too, because they weren't around at this time. But do you remember
She shit all over us.
how hard her
really?
and John Hook every night
Yeah.
would come after firefighters?
Hard,
and
really?
pensions and all this. She fucking hated us.
No, I think to be fair, I think that what she was talking about was actually real, and it caused us to have to revamp the way we did things. But yeah, they were not allies of us at all.
It looked like Shaw won his seat.
He was losing when I saw it this morning.
Oh, really?
He was
changed
51-49
last
this morning.
night. He
Fuck
was
that
ahead.
guy.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Another guy that loves
all the way to
firemen.
the hospital.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He has no idea what he's done to this fucking system.
If you are not a
No.
fan of your transports being up in any capacity,
or if you work in the
Thank that
ED in
gentleman.
any Valley hospital, the reason you're overrun now with ambo traffic is
if you
because
got
of
a
him.
family member that's a nurse or anybody who works in a hospital in any capacity,
Dude, or if you're just an everyday citizen and would like an ambulance to show up to your house in a timely manner in the event of an
yeah,
emergency.
don't vote for that guy.
They can't because we took toe pain to the ambo.
Yeah.
Or to the ambo, to the fucking
They
ER.
can't because we took the person who just got medically discharged from an emergency room sitting on the curb outside at the door who said, I think they're wrong. I need to go to another hospital.
I
by
went to that
ambulance."
call the other day. We went
I went to it last night.
outside of fucking
1
You went
a.m.
to one in Mayo, yeah.
1 a.m.
We went to St. Joe's. This guy had 2 hospital bands on his fucking things. And
Just making the tour, man.
we put him back like, no, we put him
he
back into
lost.
St. Joe's.
Schweikert is
Thank
ahead
God.
Good.
by like
Fuck that guy.
1%.
Yeah.
Fuck Shaw.
Yeah.
60% reporting as of right now.
I didn't vote for everything because I didn't know, like, okay, what does this judge? What
Yeah.
is this? But I knew
I didn't vote on any of the judges because
Fuck
I
that
didn't
guy.
know enough. But
The death benefit passed
good.
the
$250
$250,000
Good. Line of
from the
duty death
state.
benefit for the
and
state.
I'm pretty sure that compounds on top of what the union gives. So I think it's
Good.
extra.
That is a
Which was
big win.
a no-brainer.
That is
absolutely.
a big win.
And the child sex trafficking one passed too.
Good.
I sometimes, man, I'm always very skeptical of like super harsh penalties for people. And this is more the liberal side coming out of me. Yet, like people that are trafficking children, yes, I want them to fucking burn forever. However, like there's another side to that too. Like some of those people are just fucking so poor and destitute that they're like, hey man, I need a job.
Yeah.
They do that. Or you also get arrested for it and you're like, dude, I didn't do this. Yeah, you did. Come on, Javier.
The only
We're
part
going to
that
jail.
scares me is like the false accusations, or
There's
if
so
somebody's
much
mad
of
at you
that.
and they claim some
Yes.
bullshit, and now
Yeah, man.
you're fighting for your life over something you didn't do. Like that's the part that I'm like, I don't know. That part is kind of iffy to me. But
But the
mean,
actual justice
if you're
of
destitute,
like,
you need money. Figure something else out. Leave the kids
I
alone.
agree with you. I agree.
Run
with you.
drugs, but be a mule.
Yeah,
Stick
don't-
some shit up your ass.
If you're
going to
traffic
across
something,
country.
don't traffic kids.
Yeah.
You fucking asshole.
There's the actual law itself, like as far as like, yeah, you're convicted. We know you did it. Like fucking kill them. I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude, they put dogs down when dogs bite people. Like, you can't rehabilitate that. Bye.
hasn't Joe Biden bitten a couple people?
Yes, and sniffed them.
The other day, he bit a baby
Joe
on the
Biden's
leg.
dog's definitely bitten people.
Yeah.
The constitutional right to abortion passed. Well, 60% reporting, but it's
That was a huge
60.
victory.
Which, again,
to
we've talked about
48.
that. I can see both sides.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I believe that, somebody's body is what they do with it's not for me. It's not for my family. But if I'm not going to tell somebody else what they can and can't do with their body.
It's looking like the
That's my stance.
Yeah. More or less.
governor's emergency powers.
But let's not
when
pretend
it's
you're not
gonna-
killing a baby.
No.
Right. Right.
I mean, yeah,
Right.
your
Let's
body, your
not-
choice.
yes,
But let's be
yes.
real with what
Let's-
you're doing.
Let's be clear with what's going
Yeah,
on.
that's
Right.
you ever see Bill Burr do the stand up on that? He's like, I'm all for women choosing to do what they want with their bodies,
Yeah.
but like, you're killing a baby.
Yeah. Let's be real. Yeah.
let's-
Let's
yeah,
be real.
exactly.
If you
about what
want to
you're
kill
doing.
the baby,
Yeah.
go ahead, but
Exactly.
you're killing a baby.
That's exactly right. Yeah, Bill
Which I
Burr's-
think is a good middle ground. I mean, I
Bill
think
Burr's
that's a
awesome.
fair assessment.
Yeah, you can do it, but let's
Like,
Yeah, don't pretend
you're not
it's not what- yeah.
scraping some cells. You're killing a baby.
Right.
I'm gonna have to, yeah, Bill Burr's great. I fucking got to listen to that.
Yeah.
Let's see what else was noteworthy on this. I'm just looking at ballot measures
Yeah,
to see.
I am beyond ecstatic that it's done.
Oh my God! Stop texting me.
I'm tired of the texts.
Fuck.
I'm tired of the phone calls.
Commercials.
I'm tired of the commercials. I'm tired of the signs all over the city. I'm tired of people, just humanity bickering over dumb shit day in and day out
that's not
because
gonna
somebody.
stop.
Well, I'm saying because somebody wore the shirt. Some like tensions were so high for so long, and that's not going away. I know, and I know that I feel like the division, the divisiveness just increases. The gaps increase left and
Yeah.
right. Just the wedge gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was telling Adam on the way here, I think that like this election, I mean, granted in 2020 it was MAGA and the separation, the division was there. I feel like then the Biden thing, and then they stole the election, and then it was rigged, and then that division got bigger. And then now it's like, you have the segregation of populations because you need white people and black people and people of color and impoverished people here to vote. And if you don't, then you're not. It's
election
the wedge,
fatigue. Yeah.
man. It just is bigger and bigger and bigger every year. And it's like you talk about, being united as a country, and it's like I am so glad that it's over and done with, so people can just go about their fucking business. Be miserable in silence. I don't want to hear about
they're
your
not gonna
misery.
be silent
I don't want to
about
hear
it.
about your fucking tears. And that goes for both sides. It goes for both sides, dude. The extreme sides, the hardcore MAGA that can't even fathom the idea of something else somebody is saying. The
they're just as
never
bad.
Trumpers who can't fucking
Yeah, there's a woke right. That's
dude,
just as
yeah.
bad.
I agree.
Absolutely.
And I'm just saying, like, I'm so glad that like there's enough of it to be done with now that we don't have to fucking hear anything.
Do you guys think that the next 4 years are going to be like 2016 to 2020 of just every fucking news channel every
bashing
day?
Trump.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Trump said
Absolutely.
Trump scratched his left ear, and that's what Hitler did, and
Yeah, of course.
and he's a Nazi. And
Well, and that's why I thought it was funny that Rachel Maddow was crying because
alter
Trump
ego.
won.
I'm so sad I missed that.
Well,
she cried.
somebody was saying on the station.
On
I didn't see
TV?
it. They said she was. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Does she
Sore
not
losers,
understand? So
dude.
first of all, did you know she makes $100,000 a day?
Something like that.
A
It's
day
insane.
A day.
Her contract's like $30 million or something.
to do what?
Be a bitch. I don't know.
Cry?
So,
Investors?
she has so. Sorry, we'll cut it.
No, we
No,
won't.
leave it.
She has so much material for the next 4 years. Why would you be upset?
Yeah, you're
you get
welcome.
to come on and shit talk for 4 years. Like, you should secretly be ecstatic.
I'll bet you she is. I'll bet you the crying is just part of the show.
Think so?
I'm so happy
Yeah.
I get to make fun of her for another 4 years.
Yeah.
I think
Steve,
it's
you know
gonna
what
be
that
great.
means.
I got to be her in a skit.
That means you got to become your
Coming
alter
soon,
ego.
I'm going to be Rachel Maddow's alter
gonna
ego.
be
Since
Awesome.
I'm bald, I'll do Van Jones.
Okay.
I'm working
I
on my
won't-
Trump.
I won't do the blackface.
We can just filter you. We can.
I don't think you can
We
do
can
that.
edit it and post.
I think that counts.
Can we change color?
I think digital blackface
But he's not
counts.
wearing it.
I'm cloaked.
You know what? Write in. Everybody write into the show.
Yeah, let
no.
us know.
No.
Is blackface appropriate?
We're taking a vote.
If you do it.
I think you're just
With
gonna
color
have to,
editing.
you're gonna have to
That's so
follow us
bad.
into the land of make believe. I have no desire to be canceled, and they wonder why they think fucking Republicans are racist.
Well, you're racist because you're white. You're not racist because you're Republican. It's just in your blood.
It's
That could
it's
be.
your inherent guilt that
Yeah.
you just get to burden.
You're just full of white guilt and racism. right now.
I need to take one of those classes where I offer a lady $10 million or $10,000 to
Did
yell at me.
you watch the Matt
haven't watched
Walsh?
it yet, no.
Oh my god!
I've seen clips. I haven't seen it yet.
I watched. So it's on.
Does
you
he
don't have to
go
go to the
through
movies
one?
anymore. Oh my god.
The Am I Racist? I know he has that. Is
yes.
that okay? Yeah.
He goes to one of those classes, but like I can't even begin. He's Sacha Baron Cohen's it. He
he's
dresses
like in a waiter's
up
unit.
like.
Oh, wait, there's two different ones. There's one where he's in like
It's
a
the whole
waiter's
movie.
thing. Yeah.
He pretends to be a waiter at one of the. It's called Race to Dinner. It's these two black ladies who shit on white women, but he then goes online to like DEI.com and gets certified, and then dresses like.
I saw that where he's dressed
A
up with the fucking
DEI
ponytail.
expert.
That's
He
awesome.
walks around asking people about their inner racisms. Oh my god,
That's
it's
hilarious.
amazing.
So but he explores both sides.
I think he goes into. Well, I mean, the first session he goes into, it's led by this black lady and it's a bunch of white people, and he just goes in as himself. And they end up. He goes in under.
They figured out who he was.
Yeah, he goes in under
Yeah.
a different name, and they kick him out and stuff. But he's just asking. I can't even begin to describe it. You just got to watch it.
Yeah.
No,
It's
check it
incredible.
Speaking of, I didn't know. I mean, I'm sure you knew this, John, because you're probably more plugged into than I am. But did you know that I guess Trump sued? I don't know if it was CNN or MSNBC, CBS, because he wasn't given the same amount of time politically. They're supposed to give each candidate the same amount of time.
Are you talking about the SNL thing?
So SNL was one, and
was
then
one of them.
CBS was.
So SNL is NBC, but he was suing the CBS over the editing of the video, specifically the 60 minutes.
Well, I know. So somebody at work was talking about he had a lawsuit deal that I guess he won or it passed or whatever it was, but that he wasn't given the same amount of airtime as she was, and they're supposed to give both candidates the same. So part of that was they had to air so much of his campaign material on their network, which I don't know because I don't watch mainstream TV.
Yeah.
But I guess one of the deals was I think it was Rachel Maddow he was talking about, that she was kind of signing off to go to a commercial, and it popped up with a Trump ad campaign, and then it was followed up by was it the Matt Walsh video?
I don't know.
Am I Racist? Yeah, so it was just funny because it was coming right off her.
Incredible.
Yeah, I wish I would have seen that.
She's
I tried to
nice.
find it before I got here. That commercial. segment,
The SNL one was interesting because SNL months ago said we're not going to do any
Yeah.
political shit, and then at the last minute they said, "Hey, by the way, Kamala's on," and then they had to give Trump airtime on Football Sunday.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
Yep.
Maybe it was done on purpose. We'll have a stupid skit with
Maybe it was
Kamala.
rigged. Maybe it was rigged by the Republicans.
Yeah, and then or by SNL.
or by SNL.
Like, oh no, we fucked up. You know what you're gonna have to do since it's so late is give him Sunday Night Football.
I'm sure there's
Anybody
work.
watching Sunday Night Football's already voting Trump.
I'm sure
Fair enough.
there's work behind the scenes. I'm sure that's all in play. Like you said before, man. If people want to say that they stole the last election, they just cheated better.
Sure.
They're both cheating. They're both pulling strings
absolutely.
behind the scenes. They just
I am interested to see if there's any messaging on like the election being fraudulent or any cheating, or because in 2020 it was we have the fairest elections and the best and now that they've lost, I'm interested to see kind of what the narrative is.
I believe it a little more this time just because they were so quick.
Yeah.
And I mean, not that you can't cheat quickly. Maybe they learned how to do. I don't know. Maybe the Republicans figured something out. I don't know. But it would seem like this time it was done just more succinctly.
And it wasn't like it was like the election's over, we have to count votes, we don't know yet, and then it's behind the scenes, nobody knows. Like,
Except for here in Maricopa County for some reason.
You're watching the live track.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like if they did cheat, they did a really good job of it, but it's harder to cheat when they're actually doing it live. And that's we should know at the end of the night what the election is. If you're polling by midnight, by 2 a.m., you should know.
And there were things too, like where they would have a reporter on the ground in Georgia and all these different counties, and they were like, "Hey, in Milwaukee, they're like, so they said there's another nondescript U-Haul truck's going to be pulling in here with votes
Ballots,
in the next 45 ballots in the next 45 minutes." So they knew when the ballots were coming from polling stations to the counting area.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like the news at least did a good job of tracking that, so it wasn't like,
Make
what's
sure it was
going on?
legit.
Where's everything
Yeah.
at?
Well, I think everybody was watching a little bit closer. this
Exactly.
time around.
So that a lot of people on the left were fucking losing their minds because Trump was saying, "Hey, there's cheating going on in Philadelphia." They're like, Philadelphia and Pennsylvania. So they're like, "Oh, I guess not a lot of cheating. I guess we're not talking about that anymore." Or maybe he just shed light on it to where people had
to back off. Yeah. Maybe he called
There's
it. and they had
enough
to quit
eyeballs
doing
on
so
it
they
now.
could-
I think that's a fair assessment as to what actually happened.
Yeah, either like maybe there's no cheating, or maybe there was a hint of it, and enough eyeballs got on. They're like, okay, we're watching you.
Yeah.
Drat. Our plans are foiled.
Whatever. Like, you know, I mean, just maybe things were a little better this time. I don't know. Of course there's cheating. Of course there's underhanded things.
Oh yeah, from both sides.
There's gerrymandering districts and all that kind of stuff, moving people around, like rezoning, all that shit. There's that kind of cheating that happens, and that is like, I guess technically cheating, but it's legal cheating, I guess, if you will.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the future moving forward. Do you think Walz gets the nod for presidential candidate in 4 years?
Oh my
What a
God.
fucking clown.
You think they bring Coach back to
Dude,
I forgot about
win
the coach
one for the
thing.
Gipper?
I love his fucking commercials. Like, all right, it's the fourth quarter now, everybody. We've got the ball down to the. Dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You are
Run
not.
your pick six play.
Yeah, you are such a dipshit.
That was a real quote, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He's the goofiest motherfucker, and the fact that he led off this whole thing. One of the reasons he got picked is because he was making news about shitting on JD Vance and Republicans. He was the one that came up with the weird thing.
Yeah,
he's so weird.
Yeah.
And the more you got to know JD Vance, I'm like, this dude's normal. He's a bit of a nerd, but he's fucking normal. He's
Actually,
affable. I like him.
Yeah.
Apparently America likes him too. And you know who's a fucking weirdo? Tim
Wall.
You.
Yeah.
His actually, I listened, so I didn't really know about JD Vance all that much.
Neither did I.
I listened to the Rogan show, and I was like, you know what? Actually, he's kind of a nerd, but he's kind of a chill guy. Like, he's just a regular
He's cool.
dude.
I didn't know anything about him until I heard rumblings about, because they were saying maybe he'd get picked, but I didn't look into who he was until he was the VP nominee. And then I probably watched every interview he did. And he did some very contentious interviews where they were going at him.
And he handled
He's
himself
excellent
really
in a
well.
debate.
Yeah.
He's excellent in a debate.
Trump was saying last night in his acceptance speech, he was talking about JD. He's like, JD, I need you to go do this interview and like go into the lion's den or whatever. And he just smiled. He said, thank you.
He just
Who
smiled.
says thank you?
Yeah.
Like, who says that? A lot of people don't want to
He
do
said,
those
"Yes,
interviews,
sir."
but he loves it. He's so good. And
I
he would
said,
go in there
"Way."
and own them. That was the funniest thing. He said, no way.
I said,
way.
"Way."
No way.
It was
JD.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
So
JD.
JD is fantastic. I love him, and I really hope to God that Trump doesn't fuck up these next 4 years, because I want JD Vance running
8
in
years
4 years.
advance.
And I don't remember if I said this already on this show or if we were talking about this morning, but that was one of the things that somebody said, like, hey, do you think Trump's going to get assassinated? They've already made multiple attempts. Now he's the president. Do you think he's going to get assassinated, or there's going to be attempts? And I said, that's another thing it's morbid, but if you think long term,
You just get JD Vance and
if they're going to assassinate either of the presidents if they get elected, I would rather us be left with Vance than
Tim
left
Walz.
with
Yes.
Walz.
Coach.
I think
Yes.
even from a morbid, direction, like I would rather have that vote for that reason too.
yep.
Somebody should probably check in on the Walzes right now. Maybe light a tire outside their on
so
fire
they
outside their house so they could feel at peace.
Yeah.
Oh, we won't have to deal with
It's like
that
a
anymore either.
Bed Bath and Beyond candle, just light the
Tire.
tire, burning tire.
Michelin. Somebody get
year.
Miss Walls a Michelin
Oh
candle.
my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want her to feel at
Dude,
ease.
fireside
So
candle.
Feel comfortable. Ooh.
Fireside candle lines, burnt tires.
Part of,
Dude.
part of the beta box collection you can buy for
dumpster fire, car fire.
were you at 42 still when we came up with a beta box idea?
Dude, the beta box.
Yes.
I still have the list on my phone,
Yeah.
We can
dude.
add scented candles.
Oh, yeah.
Fireside candles. You get the gum or the jelly beans. It used to be
Yeah.
like vomit flavor.
It's a roll of the
Remember
dice.
those? Yeah.
It could be pumpkin spice. It could be bird shit.
How could we get candles that are scented like dumpster fire?
Dude.
Like car fire.
We can find it.
Have I not told you guys about my candle idea?
Yeah.
I told you, right?
Yeah.
No, I haven't heard.
You're,
You want to talk about it on air? Somebody's going to steal it.
Yeah, you know what?
Talk about it later.
We'll do it when the cameras are off. Fireside candles coming
Merch shop
soon.
coming soon.
I totally want dumpster fire candle.
Okay.
Oh, I have a path.
Food on the stove candle. Beans. Beans on the stove.
Stove, that's great. I want dumpster fire,
Brush fire.
tire fire,
stove. That's incredible.
House fire will be like just burning
Johnny,
insulation.
I'm dead serious. I have a path to this already. I've already figured it out.
Yeah, he's already got.
I
don't
have
know-
candles ready to go.
I don't know what the market is for it, but that's just a fantastic.
I
It's
have a
gonna be
market too.
Huge.
Huge.
Some people
Fireside
say-
candles.
Some people say they don't like the smell of burning rubber. I do.
Yeah.
Some people say that fireside candles are the best candles. I don't say that.
Some people do.
I'm
Some
sorry
people
for
do.
the extra Trumpy impressions today, but it's a little bit of euphoria.
We won Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
They tried to kill me in Pennsylvania, but he missed. Probably because he's gay.
Gay. I don't have a lot more, man. I just went heavy.
Yeah.
Like, this has to be what the episode is about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are we gonna do this bungee thing? Because I'm very excited to watch whatever the fuck this is.
I saw this video. I thought it was pretty funny. It's called First or Last.
So are we done with all our topics? We're going into next shit?
Yeah. Do you want to hit you have anything fast to go down?
No.
Hey, that's the end of my election stuff.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of stuff, and then obviously election hit, and there's only so much you can talk about.
Yeah, it's the election, God damn it.
Trump's the winner.
Yes.
So I did have a reaction vid. I was going to try and find a way to tie this into like, this is how Democrats are feeling, or maybe this is how Kamala felt, or I couldn't find a way to spin it, but I thought this video was pretty funny.
Ready, set, go.
Deuces.
What?
Wait,
That's supposed to be attached.
wait.
What the
Is that a real video?
No way we just watched that guy
Did
die.
that guy just die?
I think we did just watch
Oh
that guy
my!
die.
I gotta play it again. I'm playing it again.
That's why I said, is it his first bungee jump or his last?
Ready, set.
This guy's probably 80. Yay, it's not attached to
Look,
anything.
that ain't attached to shit.
Oh my god!
I don't know if it's CGI edited out, but he never recoils. There's never a bounce back. I think he died. So I was gonna try.
I
And
was
find
not
a way.
ready for that.
I was gonna try and say like, this is how Democrats are feeling this morning, or I don't know.
God!
Free fall.
Yeah, I was gonna try and tie
Wow.
like the Democratic, the DNC
But
to
hold
like
on.
the bungee cord.
Hold on. Listen to this again. Like the guy that lets him, I'm going to say there's some CGI there because the guy that let him go doesn't like, oh my God. No,
He talks at the end, I think,
Let's hear.
Ready, set,
Ready.
go.
and that bungee's not attached.
Like right here, he should be freaking out.
Oh boy, that dude's dead.
No, he didn't say anything.
That dude's DRT.
I think that's,
maybe it's shock. Maybe it's like, oh shit.
your initial reaction when
oh
you saw
shit.
Oh shit.
ready.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit. Dude, I hope I didn't just watch that man die.
Well, technically, we didn't watch him
we
die.
did.
We watched him fall.
True.
He was
He could have
alive.
lived.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. It's like when you take a code to the hospital and they get Rosk in the I leave when we get Rosk after a code at the hospital. I leave. Like,
You wait for Rosk.
well, like,
I wait till he's on the bed and I get one more peek at the monitor. I'm like, all right.
dog, I'm on the ambo. I
Godspeed.
gotta get the face sheet anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking it.
All I
Back to
know
the
is-
station.
Bye.
So the last video I had was for the Fireside. This is gonna be B2 Adam. Timing. So this is, I'll hit play. This is a nationwide challenge from these guys. This is, I want to say their Rogue Firemanship Training is their name. They're partnering with a company called Fit to Fight Fire USA. And this is the month of November, kicked off November 1st. This is the 1 mile ladder raise challenge. I thought it was kind of cool concept,
Okay.
kind of neat. So I'll go ahead and hit play. It's a 1 mile ladder challenge. So the goal is to throw a 24-foot extension ladder and extend it equaling 1 mile. Okay, so
Like, extend it.
if you
lay
work
it down.
if you work 10 shifts a month, it's 22 throws a shift.
Oh my God.
that's a lot.
So 22 throws in a shift, full extension, all the way back down, so it's to equal a mile. So if it's a 28-foot ladder, it's only 19 times a shift for 10 shifts. But they say if you take a video of yourself doing it and tag them, you can earn up to 3 entries. They didn't announce what the prize is going to be yet, but I saw this and I'm like, that's pretty badass challenge. So the goal is to obviously make people more proficient, get you people
Is
more
this supposed to be
proficient
the
throwing ladders.
same guy doing it every time, or is it just a company?
No,
can do
so
it?
you can buddy throw it.
Okay.
You can do 2 people, and us having a probationer guy and being a ladder, we typically take
Should.
them out to throw ladders, but some stations in the city make them go throw ladders every shift after dinner.
But not 22 times.
Not 22 times, but if you broke that up across, hey man, let's do 4 throws, 5 throws
Yeah.
in the morning, 5 throws before lunch, 5
got
throws after
24
lunch,
hours.
5 throws at the end. Like you can get that in. And I thought, man, that's kind of a cool challenge. So anyway, I thought that was kind of neat for all the
Yeah.
stuff that we show on the Fireside. We can show you, another random burning house. We can talk about some stuff. But I saw this ladder challenge. I thought that was kind of a neat concept. And it led me into what we have coming down the pipe. So
You're a little out of focus.
I need to
Uh-oh.
Anyway, hey, keep talking.
Okay. All right. So our friends at SkyMD, you guys have heard me plug them
there it
before. They're friends of the show. Obviously, for anybody on our job, we're trying to get SkyMD to replace Squencher. Anybody who's listening to this, be on the lookout for that as far as our process goes, as far as votes for one of the products. But Friends of the show, they are